I'm going to show you just what medicated stupid is. 2014, I went and paid the rent. Connie McReynolds dated it. 2017. Look at the date. Now I'm going to show you some more. On this it states that furniture cannot block the windows or doorways. Well, that's fine, but does that talk about the inside or the outside of the apartment? Now, one day I got somebody else's work order, and that's no biggie. That happens, all right? But if you live in housing where they have a casualty loss, yeah, you might not want to live there. Yeah, it has a casualty loss section. Now, I couldn't breathe, and I got to looking around, and I had mold in the windowsill. And Shauna Boone tried to argue with me. It was age spots. Well, as you heard on another video, it hadn't been sealed with any kind of foam or anything. That's what you get. Again, it depends on who you are as to what you can do. There's all kinds of flyers that come out that said don't park in the yards. I believe that's antifreeze, maybe, or maybe it's oil. But he's parked in the yard, but that's okay. And it's okay for them to park their trucks right beside gas lines. Oh, wait, isn't that a gas line thing right there by the playground? That's endangering the health and safety of people. It's okay if somebody leaves a couch sitting straight up and down where it could fall on a kid on a porch for days. But more than likely, they're kin to Connie. Now, the street belongs to the city, so this isn't MHA's problem. But I have a neighbor that's a bully. She never says anything, just evil looks, and she parks on my butt. Look at this. She knows I have a cane and a walker, and I have a wheelchair. And I have to be able to get to my truck from the rear. But as you see, Miss Jones, who works at Sureway, intentionally parks on my butt. That's a bully for you in the hood. Oh, and by the way, she has a 2-bedroom apartment and her child stays with her sometimes. How does she manage that? See, she has plenty of room. She just chose to do it. Well, I chose to do this. In the winter of 2015, I heard a noise outside, out front, and I went out, and it was a man with a shovel shoveling snow, a path, which is normal. What wasn't normal is he was shoveling the snow and throwing it in the back of my truck. So I pressed record and I asked him, I said, "Excuse me, why are you putting snow in the back of my truck?" He says, "To make a path." And then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll just make you a path." And he started shoveling it and putting it in the back. Started shoveling it and throwing it in the street for the cars to run over. 10 minutes later, this vehicle, which looks like Connie's, I can't say for sure, showed up. Well, the man, was shoveling snow for my new neighbor, which is Connie's kin. I can only assume she showed up to see what occurred. And this was about 8 o'clock at night. I made a video when I moved in because I was told my apartment wasn't ready because they were painting it. Well, this is varnish on the wall, and these cabinets were varnished, I believe, back in the late 80s. Now, if this apartment had ever been painted, that varnish would be covered up. But it's not. It's nice and yellowish, just like the cabinets, as you can see. Nice and yellow. See, after Federal HUD cleaned out the hoods that's in the playground, MHA became the hoods. What I didn't know is they already were. Yeah, none of these boys lived here at that time. See? And this is after Federal HUD. And the rules of no congregating and loitering and so on and so forth. And it wasn't soon after that my bike was vandalized. And they're not bothering nobody. That's true. They never said a word. But the rules apply to all. No loitering, no congregating. Parking on the lawns that we're not supposed to park on. This was a neighbor that, as you can see, the window blinds are tore up. And there's indoor furniture outside. When she first moved in, she put a cross in her window, but that left soon after that. And then some other incidences they had, and they were gone. Now, after the rules review, and I told Connie to keep Sam away from, well, she needed to. He's got issues. I believe I told her. This is inspection. So one guy's watching out for him. And if you look over here, somebody didn't put the trash out. I wonder if they failed. Probably not. Anyway, that was after the rules review. I did pass, but I had an eye on them. And I've been here 6 years, and I don't recall ever seeing Sam do an inspection. You see, Connie comes by and visits her kinfolk, and that's pretty normal. Except everybody here just about is her kinfolk. That's not normal. It's supposed to be equal housing. And she visits her kinfolk next to me. I believe that's her. And she's got to visit her kinfolk on the other side, too, to see what's going on. I'm sorry she don't have her own life. I'm sorry she's medicated. I'm sorry she's evil. My area is to warn you before you move in here. And on another visit, she comes by to visit other people. On this day, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Out near the playground. This is where they throw grease and food. Kids could slip on that. But that's what you get with MHA and government housing today.